Yo, man, so LC not Elise. I hope I'm saying it the right way. This person put Elise up here, but I think it says right there, LC not Elise. If I'm saying it the wrong way, I'm sorry, but she is a personality that covers a lot of music, and she's sitting now with Punch from TDE. Based on these captions, it doesn't seem like it's a softball interview. She's asking some hard-hitting questions, okay? I'm interested in this one right here. One, everybody been talking about this. She asked about Doechii, and this caption says, LC tells Punch that despite loving Doechii's album as a fan, her growth and booming overnight seemed inorganic, okay? But he mainly helps SZA out, like, even though he's executive of Top Dog. He focuses on the SZA operation. LC disagrees with TDE Punch's answer after she asked why they released 2 deluxes to SZA's SOS album and says it was an overkill and done to inflate streams of SOS. Let's tap in.
I want to ask specifically about the SOS Deluxe that dropped, Lana. I thought it was really interesting because for me, like, y'all dropped this entirely new project, like 15 new songs.
Yeah.
Then called it a deluxe.
Right.
To SOS. And some people online have said, you know, maybe that was done to inflate the numbers of SOS that were already amazing at that point. But what was what happened and why was that the direction that y'all decided to take? Because I feel like that could have dropped as its own unique project.
It was more so about purging, getting everything out and off so she can move on to the next phase. So it wasn't about trying to inflate numbers or make a long project so it keeps streaming. It was more so a creative decision to get all of that music out so nothing is left, and then she could just start fresh on whatever the next thing is.
I mean, but you could have done that with like an EP or called it something else, or like a mixtape like everyone's doing these days. Like, I'm just dropping a mixtape.
Yeah, I mean, but we kind of do it how we want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Usually a deluxe is a couple new songs.
Yeah.
We did 15. And then added some more after that.
Which was, yeah.
We just kind of move how we feel and want to move.
Okay. I guess that's a fair answer. Although I don't quite agree.
What you don't agree with?
I don't know. I just feel like calling a deluxe with 15 songs, it's like overkill for me.
Why?
It's 15 songs. It's a separate thing at that point.
What's the rule on how many songs can a deluxe be?
There's no rule, but it's like a deluxe is a deluxe.
And that's based on what other people have done before, right?
But that's everything in life.
For sure. And then you got some people that come and break all the rules.
Yeah.
And start trends in other areas.
I don't feel like I like that trend, though. I don't want that to be a trend.
I feel it. I don't get it, though. Why not?
It just feels like, for me, it feels like the artist, it gives off the impression that the artist is kind of trigger shy. It's like you don't want this to stand as its own project because when you put it together as a deluxe, it kind of takes off the pressure. I mean, SOS was already successful, so it's like, this kind of takes off the pressure.
At the end of the day, whether you call it an album, a deluxe, a mixtape, a project, it's still a body of work that's going to go in the world and people are going to judge it how they want.
It's true. But it's judged differently. A mixtape is judged differently from an album.
Which makes no sense. It's still a body of work.
It is, but like an album sounds more serious. It's like, this is an album. Mixtape is like, kind of threw stuff together.
So it's all about the packaging and perception of how people think it should go.
So you're saying that you didn't consider that?
Consider everything.
Nice back and forth. All right. My thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts on this. So first thing first, her perspective. I understand her perspective because it's like you guys are trying to cheat the system to add more when it comes to the sales for that project, and you trying to say whatever you can to say for PR wise as far as the reason that you guys made that move. But you made that move to go ahead and continue to stack up that project. Now, on the label side, it's slick. Because what they're doing is making sure, okay, you got all these songs. We don't want you to put these songs out as an EP or LP or whatever, because those songs, I don't look at that as album quality. SZA didn't look at it herself as album quality. It was just a batch of songs that she wanted to release. Probably that didn't make the list for the last project. So you're not gonna just throw those songs out because I find them to be valuable. But at the same damn time, we're not gonna just throw an EP out there because you're not going to later down the line pull a Megan Thee Stallion on us when they get out your deal and said that qualified as an album to satisfy my obligation. We not doing that shit. So that's the back and forth that's probably going on. That's something that's probably going on right there that you got to think business wise. And I wish he would have just straight up said that shit, like, business wise it makes sense. So we not gonna just throw out random songs. We don't do that. The way that we put out music quality control over here on TDE, we make sure we put out stuff. If it's going to be a project, it's going to be a great everlasting project. We just don't throw out EPs. Even if it's going to be something that we just put out there, it's going to be something that's timeless if an artist like SZA. So I would have preferred to answer like, bro, we having this conversation, you want to sit down and talk. Don't just keep the secrets. I know you still in business and you got other artists that you gotta deal with in the future, but if you gonna talk, nigga, talk. Let us know why you did what you did, man. And another angle, it may be a situation where SZA had a recording budget for, I'm just thinking this through as I talk, but SZA may have had a recording budget for that project, and she probably wanted to re-up and get the new recording budget for the new album. And she wanted to make sure, okay, my project did amazing. I want a new advance. I want to get rid of all these other songs so y'all don't say, you still got more songs from your last session. Nah, all that money was allocated to these songs that's being created right now, that's in this batch. Add that towards this music over here, to this project, so you know all that can be allocated together as far as in the books. Because y'all know these artists that make a lot of money, that actually bring money to the label, they get advances for each album. So that could be a thing as far as SZA wanting a bigger advance. But I do remember a situation where SZA's fans was asking for these songs. It looked like she was going back and forth with Punch as far as whether she could put the songs out. So SZA was pushing for this. I don't know if that was SZA's decision to make that to be a part of the SOS album, but I think business wise you can't lose the fans that are fans. They gonna love it. You can go ahead and put more singles out that can do its thing. Like, you know, all I could think is that it led to another big ass advance for SZA's next album. It's business. They inflated the numbers. It's okay to say that y'all inflated the numbers. What people saying in the comment section though, we got Z from Audio Max saying, I love this conversation. So if you are willing to actually challenge their guests or disagree with them, this sparked a thoughtful dialogue with both sides making great points. More of this, please. Dude says, at the end of the day, if fans buy the music again or choose to listen to it over again, who is anybody to tell an artist how to release what? Nobody is making anybody re-listen or buy shit over again. This is another reason why we shouldn't worship numbers in the first place. That's true. AKA we spent album budget money on songs we wasn't gonna get any dough off without releasing. What I just said. And the songs was too good to release as a mixtape and too old to release a new album. I ain't mad at it at all. It is what it is. We do how we want to. Was that direct enough? Why is she offering pushback on the label's decision to operate in a manner they deem is best for the artists and themselves? What if it was to inflate numbers? Then what? It was, and it don't matter. You know, all that shit was a happy answer to a lot of questions. Somehow the label that practices every known industry illusion, inflation tactic, trick niggas to believing they are anti-industry. Them niggas over at TDE might have the best marketing hip hop. Are they anti? I just don't get this anti-industry shit. I get the anti bullshit, normal bullshit that other labels do. That's like cheapening the quality of the music. Like you guys are conflating music business with actual quality of the projects. I think they care more about quality than other labels that's gonna throw out bullshit. That's what they rest they hat on. They still gonna try to make fucking money. Like I don't understand this perception of TDE. I don't get it, and I don't align with it. I don't agree with their thoughts about it. I think they're a record label that's in it to make money. This is business. As you not understand the album mode, you can't repackage the same sound with a new title, creating a new era, but the same shit. Yeah, all that stuff was creating around the time that she wanted to put into that shit. And one thing I do love about TDE is they artists take a long time with their projects, so that makes the project better. When you take your time and you find the real best songs and sew stories together, like I think that makes the shit better. So she probably had a lot of songs from them sessions. But alright, we gonna get to the Doechii question, but first let's tap in with the sponsors. There's a reason why I'm the go-to handyman in my house, just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. I'm not one of those guys who calls AAA the second a tire loses. If I'm on the side of the road, I'm not waiting around and filming a pray for me Instagram story. I'm popping the trunk and handling it. I fix what I can. I put things together myself. I'm stubborn like that. But even I know my limits. Because I'll change a tire, but I will not walk into a courtroom talking about your honor. I watched 3 YouTube videos, man. I think I got this. Nah, Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 attorneys in more than 100 offices and $25 billion recovered for more than 500,000 people. Somebody got offered $350,000. Morgan & Morgan turned that into $12 million. Submitting a claim takes less time than arguing with someone about it. You can click the link in my description, type your info, done. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. Change your own tire if you want to, but when it comes to that money, let the pros handle it. I appreciate y'all patience, alright? So let's talk about the Doechii situation. Once again, Top Dog's son is the person that manages Doechii. He manages SZA, but let's see what's going on.
Do you see Doechii's trajectory being the way that it did? Because for a lot of people that weren't really tapped in, it feels like this huge overnight, like rocket. And there's, of course, like, oh my God, where do you come from? Industry plan, you know? But how do you see that pan out? Because she won a Grammy, and it's best rap album. A woman hasn't won that since, like, so.
I think they got that one correct. I think that was the best
I agree.
rap album at that time.
I agree.
For sure.
But it was also called a mixtape, so I feel like there was a lot of people just being like...
Yeah, I mean, however they do that, like, I don't get into that part of it.
Yeah.
It's a body of work for me, so it is what it is. But her trajectory is insane. Like, I think her strong point is the live performance.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's so polished to be so early in her career. And that's something that stands out for sure.
For sure. But did you see it coming?
Yeah, you can tell. Absolutely.
To this level, though?
Yeah.
Because I feel like even as a fan, I didn't see it coming.
Really? Why?
I saw, like, I loved the album, mixtape, when I first heard it. But it just felt like there's just a certain boom that just really felt like, wow.
You know, what happens to me is it's certain, and this is the thing you can't predict in music, is timing. So I think at the time when her project dropped, people wanted something new and refreshing. And I think she provided that. Like, she was actually rapping. Her timing was crazy on her cadences, and it matched the performances, and it matched the visuals, and everything just clicked at that right time. And that's why it took off, because the actual music was good too. So that's the first point. That's the bottom line, is the music is good. Once the music is good, you can build off of that.
There's been, I feel like...
Okay. So...
But eventually...
So, here I am with this one right here. That can cause some skepticism. Yes, the growth was super huge as far as a crazy push. But in my opinion, like, I think there's an answer for that shit. I think there's a very obvious answer for that shit. I think even though Kendrick Lamar was the main guy as far as the rap beef goes, like, he was the guy, but I think that camp, TDE, had a boom regardless around their name completely. Period. And because Kendrick Lamar not signed to TDE no more, I think they found a way to latch on to that visibility, that success of the rap beef, and took Doechii on a ride with that. I think somehow marketing on social media, somehow they snuck into that and helped her. 100%. I know for sure the label did make sure she was super visible, to a point that it probably was uncomfortable for a lot of people that weren't her fans. But 100 times out of 100 times, I will never get mad at the label for pushing an artist, especially an artist that I believe has talent. You may not believe that, but I think she has talent. You might as well go ahead and push it if she's on the squad. But it wasn't normal as far as her success and her growth. But for TDE, that was not a normal year at all as far as visibility. But let's see what folks saying in the comment section. She won a Grammy for a mixtape that sold 11K first week. That's a plant. Grammys don't have shit to do with someone being a plant. Killer Mike won a Grammy. He's not a plant. And he did not sell well. LC subs are Drake level. She clearly thinks that shit was not credible. Everything just clicked. Nah, nigga, y'all clicked on authorizing the bots. Respect for her for asking the real questions despite being a fan. Don't prefer to ask real questions and not hold back. Oh nah, she's tough. Eyes darting rapidly, sign of lying. Clearly they didn't want it if the album only sold 11K. All this shit is fake and paid for nowadays. That's why she lost so many monthly listeners in a short time, because they were bots. Bro, I don't give a fuck how much bots or whatever anyone has. Bro, y'all gotta stop being such a prisoner to first week numbers, dog. Y'all so stupid with that shit, especially for newer artists. They're going to have lower sales. Y'all gotta stop this shit, bro. They're going to have lower sales, bro. So if artists put out a great project, first week it doesn't sell that well, but they're trying to put out their project, and it's a mixtape. They keep saying it's a mixtape, quote unquote. You want the label to just give up on it and not push it past that point? Dog, y'all gotta stop that shit. They didn't abandon the project, they kept pushing it. That's what you want labels to do. You don't want labels to give up on their artists. Y'all may not like her music, but for whatever they did, however that shit worked out, she's selling out her tour. She's selling out her tour. Performing very well. But before this point, you know, Joe Budden did ask the question. Let me remind y'all of that right there.
And fishy, ain't nobody heard from Doechii?
Yo. It's about what?
I knew you would say that.
No, I don't know.
Me neither. We can find another topic. Yeah, please. I was just asking y'all.
I don't know. I don't know what the context is.
I don't know either.
Just
What the industry plan shit?
move right along.
Yeah,
moving right along.
Okay.
I'm Parks. It ain't tripping me up.
Why you asked that question?
Because I thought it would be a little more obvious than it is, but I guess it's not yet. But it's kind of obvious.
So Dirk is in the news again.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so in response to this, we got some folks on TDE. Keem and Mac Watt respond to that. Let me see what they say. And y'all know we talked about Doechii's DJ's comments too in response to Joe Budden.
Lost and posting that.
Yeah,
monthly,
niggas do get lost in the numbers, man. They let that shit fool you, because Doechii just sold out her whole tour. Just dropped it yesterday for Joe. And prior to that, she been on a whole festival run for months. Like, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Man, when I was at TSA, man, I remember when Joe was coming through that damn airport smelling like cigarettes in a 40 ounce, sleeping in a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like getting pat down and shit. Like, he ain't never even reached these levels in his career.
To even know what the fuck is. That's what I was glad I take. That's so funny.
You feel me? Like, he ain't even, God.
So he was going regular to go to the shows? Is what you saying?
Yeah, for sure. So everything was regular. He did was regular.
At his highest?
He
At
had
his
a big green room or nothing like that unless he on a guest or somebody else's show. I'm talking about.
At his highest?
Yeah.
At his highest right now, he still wouldn't be able to do what she doing. Like right now.
And anybody who know me know one of the biggest Joe fans. I'm just saying. And I also I know his frustrations.
Yeah.
That's an angry old artist. So, that's what some of the gripes is about with I can't wait to see
what he need to do is
make
his be an industry plant to his son. Cause I seen that nigga begging Kai to get on the street. So that's what he need to go do, is be an industry plant to that nigga. Cause on that same episode when they was finna squab with Mark and Flip, that nigga son was like, yo, daddy, help me, nigga. Get me on Kai shit. They was trying to do the nepotism shit.
Get me on Kai shit.
Yo, no, real shit, I swear to God.
And it didn't work out. But still, to that, to the point that he's changed his career over. So now, he's in the media where he has to give his takes, and he has to ask these questions.
Talking about,
he has to ask these questions though. Now
Edwards, right now though, I'm just saying.
I can understand if it was a valid question as opposed to just trying to make a clip. Like,
where Doechii at?
Yeah, nobody notice. Nigga, we haven't.
I mean, that's part of the game.
That is part of the game.
Making the clips.
This is me part of the game right now.
I think he tried to lob it and nobody wanted to take it, so then it came off as cringy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he tried to lob it. All it took was for somebody to respond. It would have been a good clip.
Yeah, for sure.
But nobody took the bait. Everybody was like, shit. So he looked thirsty.
Yeah, because niggas don't be wanting to go down that road.
Everybody still pick and choose what they want to. He know what he's doing.
But I mean, that's part of the game. I think with the Doechii shit, like what we seeing right now, it's the what goes up must come down shit. Like media want to gas you up, and then once you get to that, they want to find little flaws to tear you down and pick at you and and find what's wrong and not what's right. And that's what, you know, that come with being a celebrity shit.
Not for sure. That
That's for
definitely
sure come with being a celebrity.
I wonder why people though they let the numbers bother them, man. The numbers is crazy, bro. The numbers really don't dictate shit, man.
The numbers don't tell the whole story. The numbers do not tell the whole story, bro. Especially for newer artists. The numbers should grow gradually over time if the product is good and people are discovering the artist. They should grow gradually over time once they go back. So the first week shit supposed to grow gradually. Now, the Grammy shit, all the attention, her numbers boomed. That's gonna bring a lot of attention. It's gonna bring a boom. Just like when niggas used to do the verses, their numbers will boom temporarily and then they'll come back down to earth. But y'all see everyone saying, oh, Doechii lost so many monthly listeners because of, what do it say? Because of bots, right? She lost so much monthly listeners. Doechii is still putting in 24 million monthly listeners on Spotify alone. And if you wondering, like, they saying NBA Youngboy's the king of rap right now. That's what niggas like academics are saying. NBA Youngboy the king of rap right now. He's putting in 20 million monthly listeners. And y'all said they removed all the bots. They purged all the bots, so she should be doing accurate numbers, right? All her shit should be accurate. Someone like Megan Thee Stallion, 23 million. But you know, some folks is out of here like Doja Cat, 63 million, you feel me? Some folks just out of here right now. But Doechii sees at 24 million, coasting, just vibing. And that's a good point to be at right now. Just rolling it on out and going on tour. And then soon she'll put out an album when she come back home and live life and stuff, you know? Knowing TDE, they gonna make sure she does shit the right way. Because I like that TDE makes the artist go away. Go away, go live life, and then come back with the music. But yeah, I did like that lady's interview. Like, despite if I agree with everything, like her perspective on everything, I like that LC talked her mind, spoke her mind, and gave pushback and explored and seen if he had an answer for certain questions, especially the ones that were tough, you feel me? Did y'all do too much to inorganically boost Doechii? Did y'all market too much, over market to the point that it became annoying to the casual viewers? I think there may be something there to that. Sometimes you can run too many damn commercials. Yes, record labels pay blogs to talk about artists. Yes, they pay blogs to talk about controversy. They will show controversy with someone, something negative happened by somebody. They will pay blogs to talk about that shit. They will pay blogs over and over again. They'll make sure they shake hands and kiss babies so the artists could be given awards. They do that shit. For sure, for sure. Do I think TDE pulls strings to make sure that Doechii get heavy consideration for that Grammy? Yes, I do. I think they use their relationship to make sure they listen to her project to consider her and made sure she shook the right hands. I 100% believe that shit. But that's what a record label should do. That's the reason why people want to sign to a record label, because they know they're gonna take care of the artists and do all they can with their artists. If not, why sign? Why sign? I don't know. I think y'all just want the record label just to rob niggas. I think y'all much more comfortable when we was in that time frame when record label just rob niggas all the time, you know? Just give me all your money. I ain't finna do nothing for you. I ain't gonna give you no budget, no nothing. Just go ahead, y'all here on your own. Y'all, I think that's what y'all more comfortable with. And then I own everything, regardless if I help you or not. At least if they own our Doechii shit, they doing all they can to make her a fucking star. And once again, I think that she is talented. I did not like that shit that y'all know we did that one video about the thing about straight men being red flags. I ain't like that shit. But I do think she is talented though. So when a record label pushes the actual talented artist, I'm gonna be behind that shit, you know, as long as they ain't pushing no slop. But yo, y'all let me know what you gotta say in the comment section below. I'm going to get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.